What if a catastrophic event, such as a natural disaster or a deadly pandemic, threatened the very fabric of our society? How would our legal system respond? Welcome to the captivating realm of catastrophic law. This is a branch of constitutional law that comes into play when extreme, unforeseen situations arise. These situations test the mettle of our legal system, pushing it to its limits and forcing us to question everything we know about law and order. At a basic level, catastrophic law is about preparing for the worst and hoping for the best. It's about laying the groundwork for the legal response to disasters that we hope never occur. It's about creating a framework that enables society to continue functioning amidst chaos. The relevance of catastrophic law in today's world cannot be overstated. With the increasing frequency of natural disasters due to climate change, the ever-present threat of pandemics and other global threats lurking in the shadows, this branch of law is more crucial than ever. It's not just about responding to disasters when they occur. It's about anticipating them, mitigating their impact, and ensuring that society can recover. Whether it's a hurricane that wipes out an entire city, or a pandemic that forces us into lockdown, catastrophic law is there to guide us. It helps us navigate the legal complexities that arise in the aftermath of a disaster, ensuring that the rule of law is upheld even when the world around us is falling apart. Catastrophic law is a testament to the resilience of our legal system. It's a reminder that even when faced with the worst possible scenarios, the law stands firm, guiding us through the storm and into calmer waters. In this complex and ever-changing world, catastrophic law is our compass, guiding us through the darkest times and illuminating the path towards recovery. It's a fascinating field, one that challenges us to think differently, to question our assumptions, and to find innovative solutions to complex problems. Let's delve deeper into the fascinating and complex world of catastrophic law. Let's take a journey back to August 2005, when Hurricane Katrina, one of the deadliest hurricanes in U.S. history, hit the Gulf Coast. The scale of the disaster was immense, but what we're focusing on today are the legal challenges that sprang from the hurricane's aftermath. In the chaotic environment that followed Hurricane Katrina, the catastrophic law faced its own storm. The Federal Emergency Management Agency, or FEMA, was tasked with coordinating the response. Yet ambiguities in the law and its application led to a series of controversies. One of the most notable issues was the forced evacuation of residents. The catastrophic law allows for mandatory evacuations in the face of imminent danger, but the interpretation of imminent danger became a contentious point. Many questioned whether the government had overstepped its bounds, infringing upon the rights of individuals in the name of public safety. Another legal challenge was the allocation of resources. The law allows for the redistribution of resources in times of crisis, but the question of who gets what and when led to widespread dissatisfaction. Allegations of discrimination and favoritism tainted the relief efforts, sparking debates about the role of the law in ensuring equitable distribution. The handling of insurance claims also raised eyebrows. The catastrophic law outlines the responsibilities of insurance companies in the aftermath of disasters. Yet many homeowners found their claims denied or undervalued. This resulted in numerous lawsuits and a reconsideration of how the law addresses insurance in disaster scenarios. The aftermath of Hurricane Katrina also saw an uptick in fraud cases. From falsified claims for aid to price gouging, the law was tested in its ability to handle these offenses. It highlighted the need for clearer guidelines and stricter enforcement measures in disaster situations. The aftermath of Hurricane Katrina served as a stark reminder of the importance of catastrophic law in managing crises. The legal challenges that arose underscored the need for clarity, flexibility, and fairness in the law's application. As we move forward, these lessons continue to shape our understanding and application of catastrophic law. But what exactly is the role of the government in managing catastrophes, and how does the law define this? Well, let's dive right into it. The government's role in catastrophic law is multifaceted, encompassing disaster response, emergency powers, and striking the delicate balance between individual rights and collective safety. When natural disasters or other catastrophic events occur, the government jumps into action to coordinate response efforts. This includes everything from deploying emergency services and aid workers to providing financial resources for relief and recovery. The goal is to minimize damage, protect life and property, and help communities get back on their feet as quickly as possible. But disaster response is just the tip of the iceberg. The government also wields what are known as emergency powers. These are special legal authorities that kick in during times of crisis, allowing the government to take extraordinary measures to manage the situation. For example, during a pandemic, the government might invoke emergency powers to impose quarantines, restrict travel, or mandate vaccines. Yet, these powers aren't unlimited. The law sets boundaries to ensure that the government doesn't overstep its bounds and infringe upon individual rights. This is where the balance comes in. On one hand, the government has a duty to protect the public and maintain order during a crisis. On the other hand, it must respect individual rights and liberties, even in times of emergency. This balance isn't always easy to strike. It's a complex dance of weighing collective safety against individual freedom, of considering the immediate needs of the many against the enduring rights of the few. It's a dance that requires careful judgment, thoughtful decision-making, and unwavering respect for the rule of law. As we navigate the unpredictable waters of catastrophic events, this balance becomes all the more crucial. It's a constant reminder that while the government has a significant role to play in managing catastrophes, it must do so in a manner that respects and upholds our cherished freedoms. As we've seen, the government plays a pivotal role in catastrophic law, but this power must be balanced with individual rights and liberties. Fast forward to 2020, when the world was gripped by the COVID-19 pandemic. A novel virus, rapidly spreading across the globe, creating an unprecedented health crisis and bringing nations to their knees. This was a catastrophe unlike any other, and it demanded a legal response that was equally unprecedented. The application of catastrophic law during the COVID-19 pandemic was a complex and controversial process. Governments worldwide were tasked with the monumental challenge of safeguarding public health, while also preserving civil liberties. The balance was delicate and fraught with legal challenges. Firstly, let's talk about the legal challenges. Governments had to implement and enforce quarantine measures, travel restrictions, and business closures. These actions, while necessary for public health, raised significant questions about civil liberties. There were debates about the extent to which governments could restrict individual freedoms in the name of public safety. Lawsuits were filed, challenging the constitutionality of these measures, further complicating the legal landscape. The application of catastrophic law was equally contentious. In many countries, governments invoked emergency powers to address the crisis. These powers, often enshrined in constitutions or statutes, allow for extraordinary measures during times of crisis. However, they're not without controversy. Critics argue that such powers can be abused, leading to overreach and potential infringements on civil liberties. And then there were the debates. Oh, the debates. They were as infectious as the virus itself. How far can a government go in restricting individual freedoms during a pandemic? What is the balance between public health and economic stability? These debates were not just academic, they were happening in real time, influencing policy decisions and legal interpretations. So what's the takeaway from all this? Well, the COVID-19 pandemic has shown us that catastrophic law is not just a theoretical concept. It's a practical, essential tool for managing crises. It's also a controversial one, sparking debates about government power, individual freedoms, and the role of the law in times of crisis. The COVID-19 pandemic has further underscored the importance of catastrophic law in our society. As we move forward, it's likely that these debates and legal challenges will continue to shape our understanding of catastrophic law, influencing how we respond to future crises. As we've seen, catastrophic law is a vital aspect of our legal system that helps manage crises and balance individual rights with collective safety. Now, to wrap things up, let's revisit some of the key points we've discussed. Catastrophic law, as we've understood, plays a significant role in our society. It's the set of legal principles and rules that come into play when we're faced with large-scale crises, like natural disasters or pandemics. These laws help us navigate through these difficult times, ensuring that necessary actions are taken to protect the public while also respecting individual rights. Remember our discussion about Hurricane Katrina? That was a prime example of catastrophic law in action. The government, under the mantle of this law, was able to respond to the disaster, coordinate relief efforts, and implement measures to protect the community. But it also raised questions about the balance between individual rights and collective safety, a theme that resonates throughout catastrophic law. Then we dove into the role of the government in enforcing these laws. The government, as we've seen, plays a pivotal role in managing crises. It's their responsibility to enforce the laws, coordinate response efforts, and ensure the safety of the public. But it's also their duty to respect the rights of individuals, a balance that can be challenging to maintain in times of crisis. Finally, we looked at the COVID-19 pandemic, a recent and ongoing example of catastrophic law. This global crisis brought to light the importance of these laws, but also highlighted the difficulties and controversies that can arise when balancing public safety with individual freedoms. While catastrophic law is a complex and often controversial area of law, it is undeniably crucial in helping us navigate through some of the most challenging times in our history. So, as we move forward, let's remember the importance of these laws and the delicate balance they represent as we continue to face and overcome the challenges that lie ahead.